Good night, Antigua and Barbuda. Welcome to Twin Island Media Live for this May the 7th, 2026. My name is Daren Matthew-Ward. Well, you see there my initials at the bottom lower third of your screen. It's a lot shorter than saying Daren Matthew-Ward. But listen, doesn't matter. We are here with you tonight, looking forward to a very spirited discussion with the Public Relations Officer of the United Progressive Party, Mr. Jonathan Winner. The 2026 general elections is now a part of history. It was held in Antigua and Barbuda on the 30th of April 2026, resulting in a decisive victory for the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party. Prime Minister Gaston Brown secured a fourth consecutive term as the ABLP increased its majority to 15 of the 17 available seats in the lower House of Representatives. Just some quick election facts. A snap election, of course, was called by Prime Minister Brown on the 21st of March 2026, 2 years before the constitutional deadline. The outcome, as I mentioned, 15 seats to the ALP, 1 seat to the United Progressive Party, and 1 seat to the Barbuda People's Movement. The voter turnout is approximately 62.4% of the 63,313 registered voters. International observers from the Commonwealth and the Organization of American States and, of course, CARICOM were all here to observe the conduct of the general elections. And I believe the Commonwealth statement will be posted on our Facebook page. I'll try and get the statements from the other two organizations as they become available. Tonight on Twin Island Media Live, as I promised, the Public Relations Officer for the United Progressive Party is joining us. He's going to be discussing the party's future. Every party that loses an election has to go through a contemplative process. That's just a part of politics, right? The world over. And the United Progressive Party is no exception. And I just want to say a very special good night and welcome to Twin Island Media Live to Mr. Jonathan Winner. I would say that I'll just say this for the record. Mr. Winner, and maybe you could say I'm buttering you up because tonight is probably not going to be the easiest night. I'm sure you'd prefer to be coming on as a member or the public relations officer of the victorious party. You're the losing side, and so that's not easy. And I admire your courage to join me tonight. Always admire the courage, but I just want to say, Jonathan, that you have many fans on both sides of the aisle. I was seeing you just now, Jonathan. What happened? I'm not seeing you now. Are you still there? Can you hear me? Let's see if we can hear Jonathan.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Because I have a feeling he might be having some difficulty in hearing us. Jonathan, are you there? All right, we'll try and see if we can sort that out in short order. Jonathan Winner, he is the Public Relations Officer of the United Progressive Party. And I'll tell you, there are a couple of people who've reached out to me or who, in the conduct of preparing for this show, who said they admire Jonathan. They admire him. They think he has a bright future in politics. And that includes persons who are card-carrying members, flag-waving members of the Red, the Antigua Barbuda Labour Party. So Jonathan has a lot to be proud of. I was seeing him just now, but for some reason, we were having some difficulty hearing him. Technical Director, can we play a commercial or two, a message or two from our supporters here at Twin Island and see if we can sort out this issue with Jonathan?
Are you ready to paint? Casada Paints and Supplies Inc. is the perfect place to start. We are the official distributors of Sherwin-Williams Paints. Sherwin-Williams, with over 150 years of innovation and experience, offers more than 1,500 paint colors to choose from. Our color palettes are handpicked by professional designers, making it easy to coordinate colors throughout your home or business. Visit us on the Utility Drive, Casada Gardens, or call 562-9450. All you have to do is visit or call Casada Paints.
All right, it's 5 minutes after 8 o'clock in Antigua and Barbuda. We're London Scenic Beauty. We had a pretty exciting weekend, by the way. I know many of you are very thankful for the holiday weekend, and many of you got caught up in this ice show speed phenomenon that swept through our island on Sunday. Millions of people watched around the world. Ice show speed has 54 million, maybe close to 55 million by now, followers on YouTube specifically. And so he chose Antigua as one of his destinations as he ran through the Caribbean. And it appears as though he had a fantastic time. I just want to say a special shout out to those who would have really worked hard to make sure that his visit was a success. And Antigua and Barbuda got as much bang for the buck in terms of publicity on the international stage. All right, just thought I'll mention that. Let's see if we have Jonathan Wenner. Jonathan, are you hearing me now?
Hello, good evening, Daren.
Good evening. I'm hearing you
fantastic.
loud and clear, but I'm not seeing you. So I don't know if you can do something about that part of it.
My camera is on, Daren, and I'm seeing you and I'm seeing myself on the screen as well too. So I'm not sure what's going on there.
I'm not sure what's going on there either. Anyway, I'm not sure if you heard my comments relative to the fact that you have attracted a lot of attention and a lot of praise from both sides of the political aisle. So I think you should take comfort in that before we get into what might be some very difficult questions. Did you hear that comment?
Yes, I did hear those comments, and I appreciate your words of encouragement and all those who would have expressed it. Daren, of course, as you know, it's not the best of times after, such a situation as we would have experienced on election day or the results thereof after. But we continue to fight. The fight doesn't stop. We're not fighting for ourselves. In the United Progressive Party, we're fighting for the development, the upliftment, the progress of the people of Antigua and Barbuda as a whole.
Right. What are your thoughts? Let's see if can you toggle your camera, turn it off and on again. Let's see if that works.
Okay, let me try that.
Because I really want to be able to. Okay, it's
and
out.
Turn it back on. Can you see me now?
Oh, no, I'm not seeing you. And I was seeing you before. I'm not sure what happened. Try go out and come in again. One more time. Let's try
okay,
that.
let me just do that very quickly.
Yes, very quickly. All right, because I mean, the whole idea of this is to be able to see our guests, right? I mean, y'all don't want to see me all the time, right? Sometimes I don't want to see myself all the time. So let's see if we can get this to work tonight.
Are you seeing me now?
No, I'm not seeing you. I don't know.
And the thing is, I'm seeing you clearly, and I'm seeing myself on the screen as well too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And the thing is, you're not coming up on YouTube or Facebook. So clearly, what I'm seeing is what everybody else is seeing. So I'm not sure what the issue is. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But I'll tell you what. Let's go on. How well you've already expressed how you're feeling. You've given us a general sense. What are your thoughts generally about the conduct of the general elections, Jonathan Wenner?
Well, about the conduct of it, I must first and foremost say to the people of Antigua and Barbuda, are you still hearing me? Because you came off.
Yes, I'm still hearing you.
Okay, I'll just
go ahead.
That. Right. So, first and foremost, about the people of Antigua and Barbuda, it is very encouraging, and we must not take it for granted, Daren, that we live in a Twin Island state, in a country where election time not bring about, or election day, a slew of violence. Because in many other democracies and countries around the world, when it comes to choosing a government, it is not always the most peaceful process. And even sometimes if a government is changing or there's a transition, whatever it may be, there sometimes is violence. But election day, from all that I've heard, I mean, I'm pretty sure that it is factual that there wasn't any violence related to the conducting of the election cycle.
Right.
Apart from that, as it relates to ABEC, the people, the hard-working people at the Antigua and Barbuda Electoral Commission, we must always thank them for the work that they put in. Of course, there is always people on both sides, Daren, who have some kind of concern or some kind of issue as it relates to ABEC. I'm sure I'll use a sports analogy. I'll take football. for example, you have a referee and there are two teams on the field, and the referee has to referee the match, and nobody's ever happy with the referee. Very rarely, there's always some decision.
Of course, referee thief.
And at times
Yeah.
there is merit to the complaints about the refereeing, but we will move forward. We'll continue to fight the fight. Whatever we need to advocate for and push for, we will, in terms of reform, change, and then evolution in how we conduct our electoral process from the administrative standpoint at ABEC. But moving over now to the political parties, Darren, which is, I'm sure, what you want to spend
Right.
most of the night's conversation on.
Correct.
As it relates first and foremost to the United Progressive Party, because I'm here to speak on them. But before I get into that, we say we must congratulate the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party for winning the election. They have won. Some people in other countries, as I said before, Darren, can't even admit that another party has won election. So we mustn't take that for granted either. The Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party has won this general election, and we hope, when I say we, I mean not just the people of the UPP, but all Antiguans and Barbudans, citizens and residents, whether or not you voted for the Labour Party or whether or not you voted at all. You hope that the current administration will do their best to ensure that things go well in Antigua and Barbuda. Because when the country progresses and the country is doing well, then we all do well, no matter our political affiliation. Having said that,
Right.
now the United Progressive Party, we have heard the voice of the people. And there's often a saying, the voice of the people is the voice of God. I won't try to do the Latin because I might butcher it.
Vox Populi, Vox Dei.
Yes, there we go. Thank you much, Dan. I know you would have the Latin. Right. So the voice of the people is the voice of God indeed. The people have spoken and the Lord has spoken. So it's time for us in the UPP to do some introspection to see. And I'm sure you'll ask me some questions as to where we think that introspection should take place, as to why it is that we would have had such a significant setback at the election, and what we can do to ensure that we change and adjust to assure the people that we are a proper and suitable alternative for government, and to assure the people that we are ready and able to take over the reins of this country, and that our message penetrates into the minds of the people. That's just my opening.
All right. That's your opening. All right. I'll tell you what. I am ZDK in the sense that I have this determination and know I really want to try and see if I can get this thing, because to me it takes away from the conversation. Let's if the technical director can play some music or play a message from our supporters, and then we can try and see if we can refresh a few things and try this again, because I really would like to, for the viewers to have the benefit of seeing you. That's why they want to tune in. So can we try that, Mr. Technical Director, and try again, because it's bugging me. It's like that thing gnawing at me in the background. So let's do that very quickly and try this again. Can we?
Are you ready to paint? Casada Paints and Supplies Inc. is the perfect place to start. We are the official distributors of Sherwin-Williams Paints. Sherwin-Williams, with over 150 years of innovation and experience, offers more than 1,500 paint colors to choose from. Our color palettes are handpicked by professional designers, making it easy to coordinate colors throughout your home or business. Visit us on the Utility Drive, Casada Gardens, or call 562-9450. All you have to do is visit or call Casada Paints.
Night and day are catching hell. People think I'm doing well just because I sing a few calypso. But that is my misery. Calypso don't make money, but most of them don't know that I have my axe to grind, just like any other man, existing in poverty and this giant ghetto land. But I intend to hang on. Tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice. I ain't gonna grow old, sitting in the cold, not me. No way, they go have to beat me, they go have to eat me, or the heads go roll. Tell them I say I was born in this land, I go die in this land. Nobody go run me from where me come from. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Me mama must yam, me papa must yam, me woman must yam, me pickle must yam. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me. Nobody go run me, lad. Nobody go run me. Life ain't much for us to choose. Some we win and some we lose. But sometimes life is so confusing. I had a lot of friends one time whom I used to wine and dine and gave them bread when they need it. Now most of them against me, take me, make the enemy, simply because I am not what they all want me to be. And with the political views I can't agree, but tell them for me no dice. I ain't gonna eat lice, I ain't gonna grow old, sitting in the cold.
All right, we're back here, Twin Island Media Live for this May the 7th, 2026. Thanks so much for being patient with us, those of you who've stuck with us. We are trying all sorts of different ways to make sure that we can see Jonathan Wenner. Let's see, he is back in the virtual room. Let's see if he is able to be seen by everybody and not just himself. Jonathan, can you hear me? All right, so no, we're not getting a sound from him now. So we're seeing him, but we're not getting a sound. All right. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna try, I think we're gonna have to revert to where we were before, because it's better to, it seems as though it's either or, either sound or video. I don't know. We're getting the video, but I'm not hearing him, and I don't know if he's hearing me. Are you hearing me, Jonathan? No, he's not hearing me. All right, he's talking, but we're not here. Oh, you're hearing me now? But for some reason, we're not hearing you. You want to try your mic on and off again, see if that works? No. Yeah. Yeah, we're not hearing you. All right. So let's revert to what you were doing before and see if that at least we can hear you. And we'll just go through as best we can. All right? Jonathan, you're on internet. I think from now on in the future, we'll have in-studio interviews with you because the internet doesn't seem to be, I don't know. But we'll try our best, all right? So let's revert to where you were before and see if that works. All right, we have UPP Public Relations Officer Jonathan Wenner. We're trying all sorts of different combinations of data, Wi-Fi, camera, sound to try to make sure that we can hear him and see him at the same time. Jonathan, you hearing me? We're not hearing you. Yeah, we're not hearing you. So we're gonna have to try this again. Not sure what the technical guru wants to do, but we're gonna try and see if we can get Jonathan Wenner back. All right, let's try this and see. All right, Jonathan, are you there? Yeah, it's really not working. It's not working. For some reason, it's not working. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're as you can see, we're having some difficulty connecting with UPP Public Relations Officer Jonathan Winner. We do apologize for this. We're literally troubleshooting it as we go along, and we do apologize for this. It's somewhat embarrassing, but we're gonna try our best and see if we just have to go back to just hearing him alone and just forego the video. And make the best of it, because that seems to be what was working best tonight. So let's get a message from our partners at Casada Paints one more time. And just also want to say a special shout out to Flo, to Fruit Brokerage Services as well, for their support of Twin Island Media, Community First Cooperative Credit Union, and there are some other partners who've really been supportive of what we're doing here at Twin Island Media, but they rather not be mentioned. So let us try and see if we can get Jonathan back with just his audio, and we'll take it from there. All right.
Can you hear me now, Daren?
Yes, I'm hearing you now, and I'm seeing you.
Okay, so let's keep it pushing then. Let's push.
Yes, we're going to keep it pushing. No more messaging from our partners. Now, let me ask you, at least for right now. Give us some insight into the party's preparation for the general elections. Of course, the election was a snap election. Many people had the feeling.
Oh, dear me. I hope you can.
Hello?
Hello, I'm back.
Okay. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Just kill the video, and we'll work with the video. We'll work with the audio for now. Many feel that the United Progressive Party was caught flat-footed or was not as prepared as it would otherwise be. You care to respond to that and give us some insight into the preparations by the party for the Hello, Jonathan? Jonathan? All right. It is clear, ladies and gentlemen, that we are trying our best to make this work.
Yes, I'm here.
You're here now? Okay.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
All right.
I'll keep the video
Sure.
up.
All right, no problem. That's fine. Did you hear my question, though?
I think you're asking me about the preparations of the UPP for the election.
Correct. Like, give us some insight into the preparation.
Cheese on bread, man.
Yeah.
Right, I hope you can still hear me.
I can still hear you.
Okay, so I'll continue to speak then. So in terms of the preparations of the UPP for the election, so the United Progressive Party, of course, we know it was an election that was called about 3 years before it was constitutionally due.
2.
So,
2 years.
Hi, hello?
2 years, not 3.
The term lasted. The term really lasted 2.5 years, if you look at it, So, but not really a full 3 years. But yes.
Okay. All right.
So thereabouts. So at least a minimum. Let's call it a minimum of 2 years before they were constitutionally due. So having said that, the United Progressive Party, it does, as an opposition party in Antigua and Barbuda, it does its best to be in a state of readiness for any snap or early election. Of course, we had our issues, as all political organizations do. Unfortunately, there were certain issues that we can get into as we go along in this discussion, which rose above and beyond what we would consider normal during a normal time for the party. The United Progressive Party, however, having cited all of that, was able to field all 16 candidates on Antigua. Of course, our sister party in Barbuda, the Barbuda People's Movement, fielded their candidate, their political leader, the Honorable Trevor Walker, to contest the Barbuda seat. We were able to put up a fight, a good fight, a reasonable fight, given the circumstances. We had, 3 weeks to campaign. It was 3 weeks between the date was announced and the actual polling day, I think it was. You can correct me if I'm wrong, maybe three weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks, if my...
Give or take.
Right. So that short campaign period, even before the bell was rung, the United Progressive Party was able to bring advocacy to various issues that were on the table of national discourse, whether it be the vehicle scandal, our social security money, which, as we know, is supposed to be used for the Jolly Beach redevelopment, or used in that, the situation with our visa restrictions and visa bans coming from the United States of America, and our issues with our citizenship by investment program, the cost of living. I mean, I can go on and on. Healthcare,
Right.
the budget, for example, was very recent in the memory, and very recent actually on the political timeline. So we'd have seen the presentations by the MPs and the contributions and the advocacy, even by the spokespersons outside of Parliament, in terms of the issue, our proposals going there. Also, we put up web and different things. So a lot of things was happening. With limited time, limited resources, the work was done. Of course, the work could have been done to an even more.
All right. It appears as though the audio for Jonathan Wenner is having some difficulty. All right, so he's dropped out. He's dropped out. All right. Mr. Wenner was responding to my question about the party's preparations for the general elections 2026. So he appeared to be having some issues with his audio and video,
Hi,
apparently.
you
All
hear
right.
me
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, I'm hearing you again. Yes, Jonathan. You
Yes,
may continue.
thank you, thank you. Boy, I don't know what is happening this evening, Daren.
I'm not sure
but
either, but you know,
but
we'll make
yes,
lemonade with what we have.
right, right. So I was just saying, making a long story short, that elections were called early, as we all know, about these 2 years
Right.
before the constitutional review. The campaign time itself, total, was able to put up a fight. We didn't have the results we wanted. We have
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are clearly having some challenges tonight with our production. Jonathan Wenner is trying again to join us, but
yes,
I'm not.
I'm here again.
Yeah, hi.
I'm not sure
Uh,
why I keep getting kicked out. Basically, I keep leaving without actually
Right,
choosing to leave. So I don't know if it's the
right.
connectivity issues.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not sure either, my friend. I'm really not sure. Um, anyway, proceed. Uh, if in another 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna try another option. If this doesn't get sorted out, but go ahead, Jonathan.
Yes, I think I've made that point in terms of our what we did to prepare for the election, considering all the circumstances around a snap election.
Mhm.
Yes,
All
sir,
right.
yeah.
No, you said that the party had certain challenges that all political organizations have from time to time. Could you just share with us, from your perspective, what some of those challenges were?
Yes, I did say that there are challenges that all political organizations face, but admittedly, Darren, admittedly, as I said before, these
Right.
challenges that we have faced as well too rose to a level which is above the ordinary. Given us, if we're going to be truthful and honest, so one of the
Yes.
main challenges that the United Progressive Party would have faced over the last 2 years would have been the issue of public unity, and that is something we have realized and something that we must work to fix expeditiously, Darren. So in 2024, this is just a factual thing. The entire party held a convention. Uh,
Hmm. You know, I, I, we all are having to exercise extreme degrees of patience tonight. Um, clearly Mr. Werner is having some difficulty with his connection with us. Hopefully we're able to plod through. And I really appreciate those of you who are staying on the live and being patient with us while we try to figure out what on earth is happening. I'm really not sure what is taking place here. Because I really want to give up Jonathan a chance to say, because we want to know. Having an opposition is important. Huh? You do not want, you do not want a political leader anywhere to not have anyone to tell him no, or let's look at this another way. It's not healthy for democracy. I know many people here are already concerned about the behavior of our Prime Minister and the way he goes after critics. He doesn't seem to like anyone who questions him or challenges him. I saw some comments the other night going after somebody who simply criticized his comment about helping people out financially. I mean, you may not agree with them, but the way I thought that he came after them was a little unfortunate. But, what else is new? And I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. But the important thing is for the government to have, any government, and particularly a prime minister with a strong personality, which all prime ministers seem to have strong personalities, it's good for them to have a little opposition. Somebody to tell them no, or somebody to tell them, hey, this is a better way, something. Not just that everything they do is right. They're God's gift to mankind, it shouldn't work that way. And so that's why it's important for us to have this conversation tonight. So I think what we're going to do at this point, I'm going to see if there is an alternative to this option that we're using now to stream on Facebook. I'm going to see. I'm going to have a discussion off here. Let's end this stream now, if we will, and we'll try and see if we can come up with an alternative. All right, just give us a few minutes because I really want Jonathan to say what he has on his mind and what he has to share with us. It's an important conversation. I know many of you are looking forward to it, so I do not want to disappoint. So let's see what we can do.